Hey family, hey butterfly family. Much love to my original butterflies that have been with me from day one. I love you, I appreciate you. And much love to my new butterflies, my new subscribers. I see you out there. I love you and I appreciate you for joining my family. It's so hard for me to stay away. Many of you have been requesting that I look back into this case with Nicola Bulley. I've told many of you this is my last time. I'm not going to touch this case anymore because I already see what the juice of the background is all about, and I don't like what I'm seeing here. And, these are just my genuine feelings. I feel like no matter what we do as far as digging and seeking family, when it comes to the powers that be, those in high places, those who have deep pockets, those are a part of the so-called secret groups, affiliated with Masonic groups and all of that, you know, um, they're all over. I mean, it's people from all walks of life that are part of these groups, and they do cover up for each other. So that being said, it's hard to really fight people like that. As you see how the authorities fumbled this case from the very beginning, to me they were very sloppy. Yes, indeed. That's just how I feel. I'm sure I'm not alone. And um, and it pisses me off how, they had all this time to look for her in the so-called river, you know, that they felt so deeply that's where she was all this time. But of course, they looked and looked and looked and couldn't find her. And then when Peter's, someone from the outside, you know, uh, outside contract, professional diver decided to take on this case and help, you know, um, he searched it thoroughly, according to Peter, and, with his sonar, and everything, and even with his so-called professional, sonar equipment and all of that, I feel like he done the best that he could. Okay, I do feel like he was very transparent and genuine, but unfortunately, he did not see a body in the river. And then here we are. How do they say? Was it 20 days later, I believe, or 19 days later, or whatever the case may be? She's found. I think it was like 20 days later, I believe. But if I'm wrong, correct me with love down below. All of a sudden, they say she was found, and well, let me just say this: they found the body. Let me just say that, okay? Cause I'm going by a lot of hearsay out here, I'm going by what other people hear, they're saying that she's been identified by the dental records, okay? And anyway, so it made Peter look like an absolutely fool. Um, I, it's like he lost all credibility. But yeah, he knew what time it was, and he went ahead and took a L and bowed out gracefully. But he knew that they was gonna make him the fall guy. But I felt so bad for him. But it shouldn't have been just him looking bad. It should have been the authorities as well because they were searching the water first, if you know what I mean. But of course, they're not gonna take accountability for that. So anyway, let's fast forward. We all know what time it is when it comes to that. All of this is just corruption and cover up, you name it. And that's what they do. They throw others under the bus, and they're not going to take accountability for how they fumbled this case in the beginning. So anyway, family. With that being said, many of you, not just one, but many of you, um, when I started, looking into this case of Nicola Bulley, many of you had asked me to do a reading on her neighbor, Charlotte Drake. And it was pretty much like once Charlotte, made herself known to the world by being interviewed, shall I say, and she was just praising Paul. He can do no wrong. And that's fine. That's how she truly feels, okay? Maybe she just have a good relationship with him, whatever the case may be. But anyway, I would be lying if I sat here because I actually watched that interview. But I would be lying if I sat here and you know, as far as me not picking up on anything about her, um, the first thing came to me is wow, she must have a crush on him. Um, or secretly attracted to him some kind of way. That's what popped up in my spirit. But I just let it go. People can, have people admiring them from afar. But anyway, uh, but but then I thought back. I thought back to when I did a reading on Nicola. I don't know if it was the first reading or the second one. Oh man, family, I've done quite a bit. It's been probably about good. I mean, like if I generally on her, I did one of her sister and Emma, but it's either the first reading or the one I did about clues. But it's either the first or the second one or the one I did about clues. But anyway, make a long story short, one of the messages came out and said question neighbor. Okay, and many of you uh, know that what I'm saying is true. It came out of the dead, question neighbor. And you know how a lot of times you see certain messages, but you just kind of brush it aside because I've done so many readings on her. I forgot about a lot of these certain messages that came out that I really should have been heeding, but I didn't think too much of it. A lot of times in these readings, it will be due to request. But I saw so much corruption in this case. I really wanted to back away from it because I didn't like what I was saying. But anyway, I'm not gonna make this reading that long. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, shout out to Let's Be Honest. She had hit me up 8 hours ago, and not only just you, let's be honest. Somebody else had hit me up, I think 2 days ago, and somebody hit me up a day before that one. They wanted me to do a reading on Charlotte Drake, Nicola neighbor slash friend. I want to read real quick. I thought it was kind of interesting what Charlotte had wrote in the comment section, and I'm going to share it. And she made it public, so I see no need of not sharing it because it's public. But anyway, I want to share it real quick, okay, family. And shout out to Let's Be Honest. I want to read this real quick. I thought it was quite fascinating. It has here, I know you said that this is your last reading, but I'm really looking for someone to do a reading on Charlotte Drake. Charlotte has been friends with Nicola since they were children. Charlotte is Nicola next door neighbor. On the day that Nicola went missing, Paul didn't say much about that morning. In fact, the only thing he said was nothing was unusual about that morning, except everything was already sorted where it's normally bed something. Sorry about that. Let's be honest. I'm not sure what you mean by that part. But anyway, let's continue. Um, he said he came down. The girls had already had their breakfast. That Nicholas went upstairs to get dressed as normal, if she was taking the girls to school, he would put the girls and Willow in the car. Nicola would come down, he would pass her the keys, and she would leave. But the doorbell picks showed that Nicola put the girls and the dog in the car, which means he lied. So I guess you're talking about the doorbell camera, I guess. And that's all he said. Now, call me critical, but I find it interesting that there was neither a conversation with Nicola or the children. Charlotte, the neighbor, said she always looks out the window waiting for Nicola to leave, so she knows it's time to take her kids to school, as their kids went to a different school. It's strange. She relies on seeing Nicola. I know where she's going with this. It's strange. She relies on seeing Nicola to know it's time to leave. Does Charlotte not have a clock? True. You right about that. I believe I believe that either Paul and Nicola were not in speaking terms, and they were not because it came out my reading. Actually, my reading, Paul and Nicola was going to break up. and I sensed more it was on her end that she was trying to break up with him, but for whatever reason he wasn't having it. But anyway, um, I believe that neither Paul and Nicola were not in speaking terms, or he wasn't there. I believe he was next door, and that's why. Now, family, these are her views, okay? So, you have every right to put your views down in the comments, but do it with love, okay? It's all about love and respect over here. We all know it's allegedly, but these are her views, and she has every right to them, just like many of you have every right to yours. I believe he was next door, and that's why Charlotte was watching out the window. Either so, Paul could go back in, or so he could go. See, either Paul could go back in, or so she could go to Paul. I get what she's saying. Charlotte is heavily pregnant. Okay, she is pregnant, and as far as I'm aware, she lives alone with her children. She also defends Paul a little bit too hard. I'm gonna say how much of a wonderful man he is. Yeah, you're right. I mean, she was really landed in kind of thick. There was a wellness check done 2 weeks previously on Nicola, and my thoughts are she found out about their affair between Paul. Now, when it comes to the affair, they did come out in my reading that I wasn't really sure on which end. I didn't know if it was on Nicola end or Paul end, but it did come out in my reading something about someone accusing somebody of wrongdoing. The word accusations came out as well as the word defensive. So yeah, somebody definitely found out that one of them was cheating. Okay, so you might be on to something. All right, where was I? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back, fam. I forgot where I was. There was a wellness check done 2 weeks previously on Nicola, and my thoughts are she found out about an affair between Paul and Charlotte. I mean, how easy would it be to slip in and out of next door through the back way and no one would notice? That's true. My gut tells me Charlotte baby is intact. Paul's baby. Now let me say this also. If many of you watched the first reading I did on Nicola, you got to go back now. uh, Something about a baby did come up. Okay, 'cause I was thinking to myself, Nick was 45 years old. I mean, women these days, they are, starting to get pregnant in their 40s and in their 50s. Cause me myself, I got pregnant with my daughter at 41. Okay, and I didn't never would have thought that would have happened, but yeah, it's possible. But I don't know how old Charlotte is. So basically, but what she's saying is, she feels that it's a good chance that Charlotte could have been having an affair with Paul, Nicola's partner, and she feels like the baby, could be Paul, and Nicola could have found out about it. If anything, she could have found out that they was cheating behind her back. So I get what she's saying. But I'm not gonna read all of this, family. I'm not gonna read all of this, but just the gist of this message that she had left for me to read, and then plus I started thinking back on the readings I've done on Nicola, like Question Neighbor, that did come out. It came out. Many of you can vouch for me. It came out. You got to go back and find out which reading I did on her. Like I said, either the first one or the second one, but Question Neighbor did come out, and something about a baby did come out in my reading. Okay, it didn't make sense to me. A lot of times, the spirit would throw certain information out there, and I may not know what it means, but somebody else would know what it means if you know what I mean. Okay, so I never know why certain information come out the way it do. I'm not gonna read all of this, but it really made me want to look into this more. Okay, um, but she did say here, I believe whatever happened to Paul, Emma, and Charlotte are in the know. Okay, well, I'm definitely picking up on Emma as well. Emma is definitely in the know. Please know that. All right, so I'm through with this right here, family. Um, and also shout out to Barbara, who also left me a message as well. She say the photo does not show Nicola putting the girls in the car at all. It shows her closing the door only. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead on and do a quick reading on this and see what I'm able to pick up on. This is good old Charlotte, the neighbor. Okay, let me see something. Let me get a good picture of her. I'm gonna use this one. I like to look in the eyes. The eyes of the Windsor soul. For all my butterflies out there, give your sister a good old like if you appreciate what I'm doing. I care just like you do, okay? In a way, I kind of want to just get away from this case because it's just, for me, it's heart wrenching because, I just don't like what's going on behind the scenes. And it's something else I want to share also about this case, family, that's bothering me, but I'm going to mention that at the end of this reading, okay? Um, yeah, so just try to be patient to the end and hear my last thoughts when it comes to this case. Because something else that I definitely want to bring to many of your attention. So let's get started with this reading on Charlotte. First thing I want to know is, does Charlotte knows what happened to Nicola? Is she in on it? Does she know what happened to her? I'm going to be using the angel answer deck. Sometimes it will just give me the answer just like that, a yes or a no. And then a lot of times, sometimes additional information might come out that I didn't even ask for. It's just like that. Okay, so bear with me. I definitely want a yes or a no. But those additional information is pretty much something that's going on with her that will come out. And let's see what's going to come out, okay? And I hope many of you can hear me. A lot of newbies, I'm calling them newbies, be coming in watching. They're like, I can't hear, I can't hear. So anybody who complaining, just donate to your sister, okay? Sharing is caring. I appreciate it. $1 and two goes a long way. I bought this and it was cheap. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I have no problem purchasing a new microphone so many of my butterflies out there can hear. 'Cause I definitely want you to receive quality and I want you to hear with quality, okay? So feel free to donate if you have it in you to. Divine Spirits and clarity about Charlotte Drake, the neighbor of Nicola Bulley. Does Charlotte knows what happened to Nicola? Does she knows anything about what happened to Nicola? To her neighbor, Nicola Bulley. Does Charlotte knows what happened to Nicola? Does she have inside knowledge of what happened to Nicola? Oh, this is what it says. If you believe, and I feel like many of you do believe, but we have to go a little deeper, okay? The Spirit is saying, if you believe. Do Charlotte Drake has inside knowledge of what happened to Nicola? Does she know what happened to Nicola? I'm letting the spirit do the talking, family. So I'm gonna let the card just fall out. Whoop, whoop. A card failed. Hold up. Where is it? Okay. It's not a yes or no. It says there's something better. Now that's kind of interesting right there for this to come out. So a lot of times the spirit give us a lot of background information about an individual. Now I would say that my intention is looking at her that she has inside knowledge about Nicola Bulley disappearance. Um, does she know what happened to her? This say there's something better. Now, what I'm sensing with this right here, whatever is going on with Charlotte in the present, in her personal life, the spirit is saying, there's something better for you. So, yeah, I let maybe be the judge what that's all about. But it's something that she's doing behind the scenes, and the spirit is letting her know there's something better. So I don't know what she's doing now, but obviously it's not for her highest good to be doing it or whomever this individual is. The spirit is saying there's something better. Let's continue. The Charlotte Drake has inside knowledge of what happened to Nicola Bulley. That she knows what happened to Nicola Bulley, her friend slash neighbor. The Charlotte knows what happened to Book. The Charlotte knows what happened to Nicola. The Charlotte, oh, the spirit's so strong. The Charlotte Drake knows what happened to Nicola. Mm. Behind the scenes, she's remaining positive. So whatever's going on in her personal life, she's remaining positive. But I still have not got my answer yet. The Charlotte Drake knows what happened to her neighbor slash friend. Is she in the know? Does she know anything about what happened to Nicola? I still have not gotten my answer. It says choose a new direction. I got if you believe there's something better, remain positive, choose a new direction. Maybe the spirit wants me to answer the question differently. Does Charlotte knows what happened to Nicola? Hmm. I got no family. That's probably why I got this right here, remain positive. So behind the scenes, she is trying to remain positive, hoping that everything would turn out okay. And I can't speak for her. All I know is remain positive came out. It's something that she's hoping for. Let me just say that. So I got remain positive. But then when I went back and asked the question again, that she knows anything about Nicola disappearance. I got no. So it looks like she's not in on it at all. Now I'm gonna put this back in the deck, and I want to know: is Charlotte involved with Paul behind the scenes? Is Charlotte having an affair with Paul? Is Charlotte Drake? Hold up. You know what? I did not put my disclaimer up. Whatever you see here in this reading concerning Charlotte Drake, Nicola, neighbor slash friend, it is allegedly is not facts, and this is for entertainment purpose only. Sorry, family. I have to put that in there, okay? Now, start back over again. Is Charlotte Drake having an affair with Paul, Nicola's neighbor? Is Nicola neighbor? Oh my goodness, hold on. I didn't even get a chance to even shuffle. Is Nicola neighbor Charlotte Drake having an affair with Paul behind her back? Was she having an affair with Paul behind her back? Hold up, family. All my cards turned. Okay. Is Paul having an affair with Nicola's neighbor, with the neighbor Charlotte behind Nicola's back? Okay, I have not got yes or no yet, but I got take action. So this is the one who's taking action behind the scenes. So they're like Charlotte's taking some kind of action behind the scenes, but I'm not really sure what that is yet, okay? Is Charlotte Drake Was Charlotte Drake having an affair with Paul behind Nicola's back? Ugh. Is Charlotte Drake having an affair with Paul behind Nicola's back? Okay, Spirit. Spirit is getting on me, family. It said communicate clearly. So I got to ask it in a more clear way. Is Charlotte and Paul messing around behind Nicola's back? Is Charlotte and Paul messing around behind Nicola's back? Here we go again. If you believe. Well, many people believe so. I'm just seeking clarity. Is Charlotte and Paul messing behind Nicola's back? Are they involved behind Nicola's back? Ooh, that just says success. Here we go again. Remain positive. I want yes and no, Spirit. Is Charlotte and Paul messing around behind Nicola's back? This says wait. Is Charlotte messing with Paul behind Nicola's back? Is Paul cheating with Charlotte? I got here be assertive. The situation will improve trust. Can I please get a yes or no? Is she messing with Paul behind Nicola's back? Charlotte. Is Charlotte messing around with Paul behind Nicola's back? Yes or no? It just says improving health. So for this to be the case, obviously she getting ready to pop. She getting ready to have that baby. Is Charlotte messing around with Paul behind Nicola's back? Is she having an affair with Paul? It takes longer, family. I have to let spirit give me the answer. Reconsider. Is Charlotte having an affair with Paul? Opportunity. Something about an opportunity. Reconsider opportunity. Is Charlotte having an affair with Paul? Yes or no? Peaceful resolution. Don't stop. So we're getting close, family. The spirit telling me don't stop. Is Charlotte having an affair with Paul? Are they messing? Is Charlotte sexually involved with Paul? Thank you, spirit. I knew it. When it got right here, it's going to give me the answer. Yes or no. It say don't stop. And then it says yes. So, looking at all of these, what came out was take action. So this has a lot to do with her. What's going on behind the scenes with Charlotte. The spirit telling her to take action. Communicate clearly. That could have been for me. But anyway, communicate clearly. If you believe, when I kept asking the question. Then I got success. So I think about somebody is, when I hear the word success, I think about somebody that, striving for something and they were very successful at it, getting what they want. It got here remain positive. So behind the scenes, she's definitely remaining positive. It has here wait. The spirit's telling Charlotte to wait. Okay. Whatever it is that she wants, she has to wait for it. And then it says trust. Trust and believe that you're going to get what you want. It has here improving health. I don't know how far off she is, but it looks like she's getting ready to pop and have that baby real soon. So of course she will be back to normal again. It has here peaceful resolution. So I think about if she's been in, if Charlotte has been in any kind of conflict, shall I say, this piece about a peaceful resolution. Pretty much things going her way. It has here the situation will improve, or shall I say, go her way. It has here be assertive. It has here reconsider. This depends on what this means to her behind the scenes. And it has her opportunity. Opportunity shows up for her. And then I kept asking, and it has here don't stop. And then I kept asking, and I got the answer yes. And many of you know I kept asking the question, even though it's allegedly, I kept asking, is Charlotte sexually involved with Paul? You know, is she messing around with her neighbor, with Nicola's partner, Paul? It's allegedly, but I got the answer yes, okay? So that's why she's like, he is just the best. Paul is just wonderful. He's such a wonderful person. That's why, okay? All right. So I'm not gonna really go there as far as is that baby his. I'm not going there. I mean, 9 times out of 10, she's pregnant. So I let maybe judge that situation, okay? I'm not gonna really go there when it comes to, is he the father of that baby? It's a good chance he could be, because according to the spirit, they have been messing. So go figure. Divine spirit, concerning Charlotte, what was what you want me to know about Charlotte concerning her and Paul? What? Sorry about that, Noah's family. What do you, give me divine insight about Charlotte and her relationship with Paul. Give me divine insight about Charlotte and her relationship with Paul, please. Give me divine insight about Charlotte and her relationship with Paul. Okay. Thank you. Mm. Okay, this is just a little insight, family. I have here commitments. Things are getting serious. So you better believe us women, our intuition kicks in 100-fold when we are involved with a person. We know when they change up on us. We as women know this, okay? That sense right there get very strong. But anyway, yeah. So I have here commitment. Things are getting very serious between those two behind the scenes, okay? According to the spirit, it has here vacation. It's supposed to be vacation. This is not my deck, family. It has a B when it should be a V, okay? So anyway, it say vacation, but it's supposed to be vacation. You will be traveling soon. So according to the spirit, she's gonna be doing some traveling. It has your intuition. The red flags you ignore now will become back to bite. Ooh, later. It's really saying bite you later. You know how when we ignore the red flags, yeah, it will. It's like karma. It will come back and bite your ass later. That is so true. So anyway, this speaks about intuition, or should I say the lack of. It looks like Charlotte is ignoring a lot of red flags also. Okay? I'm going to read that again. The red flags you ignored now will come back to bite you later. At the top, I got no. It's not the right time. Hmm. Interesting. To me, I think about when a person trying to make their move. It's like spirit saying no, not the right time. Just wait, be patient. Now, it says NOU, but whoever did this deck, they just misspelled, okay? But anyway, it's supposed to be it's not the right time on the bottom. It just has a U there instead of a T. No on the top, and it's not the right time. It's just a U instead of the T. Whoever did this did misprint. That's all. I don't know what her sign is, but somebody is an air sign: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be Paul's sign. I'm not sure. Over here in the secret place, caution. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. You know what I think about when I see this message right here? I think about, you know, how you're meeting someone and, you know, people only, they tell you what they want you to know or what they want you to hear, shall I say. And I think about the things that he could be telling her. She doesn't know all the facts. You know, she's just going back on what he tells her. That's what I think about when I see this message right here. Caution, find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. So she's pretty much going by what he tells her, like most women do. I think we all been fooled in that area. And in the middle, I have here spy. Someone's got their eye on you. You are doing your research. Yeah, you are doing your research, Charlotte, aren't you? So this is Charlotte spying, trying to keep real close. And I can imagine Nicola talking to her. You know how us women be talking to the so-called female that we feel that we can talk to, and by her being a neighbor, yeah. And you know what? In my reading, it's a question neighbor. Many of you go back and check out my first reading. I think it's the first reading. If it's not the first, it might be the second one. You would see it. It came out question neighbor. She's the neighbor, Charlotte. And that message that I read, I didn't read all of it. She was telling me that Nicola and Charlotte known each other since childhood. So of course, you know, Nicola would confide in her. I truly believe that. And she's taking it all in. Someone's got their eye on you. Ooh. So according to the spirit, Charlotte, you are the spy. You got your eye on Paul. Or it can be vice versa. But this reading is about you. Someone got their eye on you. You are doing your research. So yeah, that's why she just praised him so much. You know, she's very fascinated with Paul. She's very fascinated with him. Divine Spirit, what can you tell me about Charlotte and Paul? What's going on in that head of Charlotte when it comes to Paul? What's going on with Charlotte when it comes to her neighbor? When it comes to her neighbor, Paul. Oh, so that's what you was. No wonder we kept seeing that certain message that came out. I'll let maybe know what I'm talking about. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. Now it makes sense now. And family, this is allegedly, so keep that in mind. I'm not accusing Charlotte of anything. Okay. But it does look like, you know, she sees Paul in a more, you know, she sees him, you know, more than what she says she sees him. Not just as a neighbor, I say it like that. You know, obviously she's infatuated with him, but it looks like some other things are going on here also. It has here let go. Make room for the new beginnings on its way to you now. See, if I was, you know, if she came to me and I was like, you know, trying to advise her, like as a spiritual advisor, I would let her know, Charlotte, you know, the spirit has something more. I mean, God has something more better for you. You know, that which you deserve. Um, whoever you got your mindset on right now, this person's not for you. That's what I would tell her as a spiritual advisor. But of course, she's not coming to me. Okay. But anyway, according to spirit, she needs to let this go because you know she gonna have this is something she gonna have to see for herself. She got to find out for herself. Cause all relationships teach us a lesson. but it is for us to learn those lessons. It has here make room for the new beginnings on its way to you. But on the top it says let go. But she's definitely making room for new beginnings because she's getting ready to birth a baby. It has here give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. You see how it's something that she really, really wants, but the spirit is saying in divine timing. Pretty much be patient, and you're gonna get what you want, all right. Down the road, you might realize whatever it is that you want, it might be something that you don't need. It has here divorce, experiencing a breakup. Now, this is interesting. Nicola wasn't married to Paul. So I don't know when it comes to that baby, if it's actually Paul's or not. Maybe she was involved with somebody else and it did not work out. And maybe she's married and they are separated. I'm not sure what the dynamic is. But anyway, this speaks about a divorce or experiencing a breakup. And I always say in my readings, things have to play out, okay? But anyway, that's interesting right there. At the head, it speaks about the fire sign, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Over here, it speaks about confession. Someone has to tell you something. Wow, someone has to tell you something. So, Charlotte, are you telling Paul something, or did you tell Nicholas something? That speaks about confession. Or did Paul have to confess to Nicholas concerning Charlotte? Over here, remember I asked a question about Charlotte and Paul, and it is allegedly, okay, but this what came out. This is in the secret place, intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. So there's definitely some kind of intimacy going on between those two, because this is in a secret place. And in the middle, open your heart. It will help you attract more love. So it's like she's opening her heart to him. Now, also, when I think about this message, divorce, it looks like to me, she wanted, you know how some females be like envious of you, and some of them take it to the extremes where they want what you have, they want your life, they want your man, your spouse, you know, whatever it is about you that they admire, they want it for themselves. To me, that's what she reminds me of. But even though Nicola was not married to Paul, when I think about this right here, the word divorce, also I think about, you know, separation and break up. It looked like to me, she wanted those two to break up. Okay. And like I said, I don't know what he's been telling her. I don't know what he's been saying to her. You know, those times when Nicola would leave home and he might go over her home, or she might sneak and come to Nicola home and talk to him. Who knows what they're talking about, but maybe this is what she wanted them to break up so she can take her place, allegedly. Divine Spirit, what is Charlotte intentions? What is her hidden intentions concerning Paul? What is her hidden intentions concerning Paul? What's her hidden intention? What's going on with her? What is her hidden intentions? Hold on. Mercury retrograde, electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. That's interesting. This is about communication issues and reviewing everything. I think about things that people have told you. It's like she's reflecting and she's sitting back, reviewing everything when it comes to those communications that she's been having with him. What's going on with Charlotte behind the scenes? What are her intentions with Paul? Gambling, something about money, gambling, problems with addictions or gambling, bad finances. Interesting. Now, I did ask the spirit if she has anything to do with Nicola. You know, well, I asked the spirit, does she know anything about Nicola's disappearance? I got the answer no. But in my reading I did on Nicola, money is playing a factor because what came out was motive, something about money was a factor. But anyway, this speaks about gambling. So maybe this is something that she may know about, him having money issues. It says here gambling, problem with addictions, or gambling or bad finances. Because somebody said something to me about Paul's business was folding in the comments section. People they have ways of finding out about things. People do talk. What's going on in that head of Charlotte? What's going on in that head of Charlotte concerning Paul? What's going on in that head of Charlotte concerning Paul? What's going on in that head of? If another card fall, I'm going to scream. Hold on, family. It just say fire sign. It came back out. I think it came out as the head. It just say fire sign Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's going on at head of Charlotte concerning Paul? What's going on at head of Charlotte concerning Paul? And you know what? We did see the traveling message also. So who knows when everything pretty much settled. As far as this case with Nicola, who knows? Maybe her and Paul might go for a trip or something, or maybe she might go on a trip. Okay. So I was asking about what's going on in that head of hers. I got this again. Intuition, the red flags you ignore now will become to backfire later. So, like I said, according to the spirit, she's ignoring some huge red flag when it comes to Paul. A lot of these things that Nicola knows about him, she's gonna learn too. It has here honeymoon, and see, it's this is showing the plane. See that? Like taking a trip. See, it's about honeymoon. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Hmm. They got honeymoon. They got an N instead of an M, but I understand the message. Like to me, she wants to get away and go on a trip with Paul. I want to use another deck real quick, family. But the fact that I saw intimacy, and even though it's allegedly, yes, I truly believe that Charlotte was pretty much waiting eagerly for Nicola to leave so she can slide on over there, if you know what I mean. So you right, let's be honest. What is it? Let's be honest, Jack. You right. Your intuition was spot on when it comes to that. Because question neighbor did come out in my reading. Yes, indeed, it did. So now I see why it came out. I thought it might, be to the fact that Charlotte um, may know something, and she still might know something. Family, I pretty much got the answer no as far as you know. Does she know anything about her disappearance? But as far as what's going on inside the home, good and well, people are shouting and arguing. Depending on how loud they're shouting and arguing, neighbors can't hear you. So now I'm wondering, did she hear, any disturbance over there at Nicola's home? Because in my reading, I was picking up on some abuse at the house, at the household. But anyway, I want to use another deck real quick. I'm gonna use the Love Oracle cards. I'm seeking more in-depth information concerning Charlotte and Paul. Divine Spirit, anything that you could tell me about Charlotte and Paul? Seeking clarity about Charlotte intention with Paul. I'm seeking clarity about Charlotte Drake intentions with Paul. But I will say this: it looked like she wanted Nicola out the way. I will say this from the perspective. I mean, from the perspective of competition. She would definitely want her out the way because she had an eye on Paul. I will say that allegedly. It has here self-indulgence, focus on your self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Okay, this is about self-indulgence. This piece about healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. There are timelines to my readings, okay? It has here the snake. Mm. Competition. I told you, family. Competition. Clever. Malice. Looking over your shoulders. The other woman, according to the spirit, allegedly, Charlotte is the other woman. The spirit's calling her snake. You see that? Competition. See on the bottom, the other woman. And when I think about these positive messages right here, I feel like the spirit, wants her to make healthy choices. And maybe she might get to this place down the road, okay? Because people can change. But this speaking about self-love. And we all know we're operating self-love. You love yourself. You want to do better and attract better to you. And you're definitely not going to try to get involved with somebody who's already in a relationship. That's not operating self-love. So for this to come out, this is really the direction she needs to really be looking at. focus on herself and operating self love by making better choices. That's why the self indulgent came out. You get it now? That's what she should be doing, focusing on herself. But anyway, it has here the snake. It has here the butterfly, relationships evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child growth. So, anyway, this piece about relationships evolving. And this is what she really, really wants. And I look like she's going to get what she wants. But does she really know him like that? It has here heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. You can say this is how she feeling about her friend, and possibly she could be feeling this way about Nicola, her neighbor, or maybe things with her and Paul won't go as planned as the way she thinks it's going to go. Paradise. I told you she wants to get away. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. This is what she wants. And also, she wants somebody to put a ring on it too. Engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, complete union. Oh, look at this. She wants passion also. Insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. So this speaks volume about allegedly how she views him. There's passion between those two. There's chemistry. They like each other and they're having fun. Allegedly, can't be having too much fun because she about to pop. But I'm sure before she got pregnant, she was having a lot of fun. It has here keys on a ring, many option decisions, unconventional, string alone, one night stand. Mm, I let y'all be the judge on that. Who knows? Paul might end up giving her the boot. X, breakup, separation, stop the patterns, silent treatment, abandonment. Sometimes people get with people just for distraction. Karmic relationships, feeling triggered, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. That's what she needs to do. She needs to let go and just love herself. Focus only on Charlotte. Coffee cup, meeting and conversating, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted and friendship. And I can imagine her, like when Nicola leave, she run over there, or he might run over her place, and they're sitting down drinking tea or having a hot cup of coffee, just to chatting away, or enjoy each other conversation, one or the other. And lastly, kisses, 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 unconditional, loving, giving, and receiving affection, falling in love. I did not see this coming. No wonder she talks so highly of Paul. Paul can do no wrong in her eyes. Ain't that something? I can't make it up. And all this is allegedly. Okay, family. Lastly, I'm going to use the Psychic Oracle Tarot deck. Okay. I'm going in for some additional information concerning Charlotte. Remember, this information, it is not facts, it is allegedly, okay? But I am led by the Spirit. I always say that things play out. So pretty much what we're going to be seeing here is what's going on in the present. A lot of this information that you're going to see is going on behind the scenes with Charlotte, and a lot of this have to play out in the coming days and weeks. So keep that in mind, okay? Divine Spirit, what's going on with Charlotte in the present? In the present, what's going on with Charlotte behind the scenes? What's going on with Charlotte behind the scenes in the present? All right, family. I said I did not want to make this video that long, so let me hurry up. Okay. This none of this is in divine order, okay? So just roll with me. This is the base chakra card, family. When this card is upward, it represents I have. Ooh, okay. Excuse me. She's saying I have. You have what, Charlotte? You have your man. Whatever this means to her, she's saying I have. Okay. Okay. This is the material and spiritual prosperity. When this card is upward, it speaks from the perspective of having both material prosperity as well as spiritual prosperity. Okay, this just lets me know that she's balanced in this area. You know how a person desire one more than the other. According to the spirit, she's balanced in that area. Next, this is the universal card, represents completion and fulfillment. So she does feel a sense of fulfillment in her life. Let me just say that. She's at a peaceful place in her life. Right here, this is discontentment and boredom. I think about someone that's feeling quite restless and longing for change. Next, this is upside down. Remember, there are timelines to my readings now. This is upside down. This is material and material harvest. When this card is upward, I think about somebody that's been working hard. They've been putting the work in, and that which they have sown, they are reaping. I think about money coming in. Their hands are wide open, and they're coming to some money. But Charlotte, her card's upside down. So right here, she's waiting on some money, honey. She's waiting on some money to come in, and her hands are still out. Let me see. Do I see the patient card in here? I don't see it yet. But whatever she's waiting on, it hasn't came in yet. But her hands are out. It's like she want to be compensated for something, and she's waiting, but she has not received it yet. So that's quite interesting. I thought about the other deck I had used um, when I did a reading with the other deck. Something about what was it? It was something about money. Was it gambling? I think it was that deck right there where that message came out. Something about gambling. But anyway, let's continue. Right here, this is the Triumph card. This card lets me know like a person was like in stagnation in their life. Um, as far as like experiencing a mental conflict, shall I say, and that's having the inability to get over something or someone. Well, this individual right here is moving on quite nicely. She's not in stagnation in this particular timeline, okay? Right here, she's moving forward. She's not looking back. Right here, this is someone who's experiencing heartache or a form of loss. So this could be pertaining to Nicola experiencing a heartache. Now I'm saying it could be due to Nicola. It might not. Who knows? Maybe Paul might give her the boot. Right here, this is the awareness card. This is someone that's operating in awareness. Let me just say it like this: she knows what's going on from the perspective of what's going on in her personal life. I just say it like that. She's not in the dark about anything in her personal life. Okay, I can speak on anything else, but in her personal life, she's not in the dark. She's operating in awareness. Right here, this is the waiting game. This is someone who has a decision to make, and time is ticking, but she got time. Oh, Charlotte got time, and she's sitting back, being probably doing a whole lot of procrastinating, but she definitely has a decision to make, but she hasn't made it yet. This is a truth card. I think about judgment. When this card is upward, this is someone who is receiving clarity and the truth. Now, what this means to her is what it means to her, but this could be happening in the now, or she might be receiving this truth and clarity in the coming days and weeks ahead. But it's someone who is coming to some truth. Okay, they're receiving truth and clarity about something or someone. Let's continue. This is wishes and fulfillment. It's something that Charlotte really, really, really wants. And the God of the universe is fulfilling her wishes, is granting her wishes, shall I say. So her wishes are being granted right here. Fulfillment of wishes. Right here, this is new beginnings. As you see, she's on top of the world. Everything is everything. This is Charlotte moving forward, and she's not looking back. She's no longer in stagnation. And I am hoping for her sake that she is, moving into a new direction, shall I say, as far as not in Paul direction. But whatever this means to her, she's not looking back. She's no longer in stagnation. She's moving forward. Pretty much moving on with her life. Right here, this is positive movement forward. So this is good. This is real good. Just depending on what this means to her. So for her, it looks like, things are going to be looking up for her. Right here, this is mental conflict. I told many of you, this is someone who has the inability to get over something or get over someone. Something's constantly bothering them, it's helping them to shake it out. In this particular timeline, she's dealing with it, okay? She's in stagnation here. Something is really bothering her, and it's hard for her to shake it off. But it looks like she's going to get to that place of getting past it because I saw this right here. See, everything happens in stages and things have to play out. Right here, this is upside down. This is movement, choices, and decision. As you see, this person is looking at their options. See that? They're making moves behind the scenes. They have a choice to make and a decision. This is Charlotte, okay? Remember this card right here? Where is it? The waiting game. Remember this right here? Has a decision to make. See that? Right here, this is her also having a decision to make. But this individual has made their decision. They have a decision to make and they have made their decision. Her card is upside down. So she's still procrastinating. She hasn't made her mind up yet. Yet. But she will. Just depends on what this means to her. But she does have options. She really do. And she can go through any one of these doors. But she hasn't made the decision yet. To me, she's doing a lot of procrastinating. It just depends on what that means to her. I'm gonna go around one more time. I'm probably use about six more, and that's it. Seeking clarity about Charlotte. Anything Spirit wants to know about Charlotte. Anything else the Spirit wants to know about Charlotte. Thank you, Spirit. That came right back out. Oh no, it didn't. I thought this was the truth card. All right, hold on. All right, we know this already. I asked anything else the Spirit wants us to know about Charlotte. Fertility. She's already a mama, okay? But anyway, this lets me know that she's expecting a baby. This card speaks about motherhood, a mother figure that's expecting. Also, this card speaks about growth as well. So at the end of the day, by this card being upward, it's a positive omen for her. This letting me know that her pregnancy will go well and she will birth this child, okay? So anyway, fertility, and this is Charlotte. And she has a baby in the bun, in the oven, shall I say. This right here is emotional withdrawal. This is someone that's affected. They are moving away from something or someone. Okay, this individual is dealing with pain, grief, hardship, heartache. Like I ain't even say hardship. I'm gonna say heartache. But whatever this bothering individual, they are distancing themselves from someone or something that has hurt them. They have a lot on their mind. Right here, this is the shadow card. I think about, Charlotte, when it comes to her issues, which we all have. Some are more severe than others. Let me just say that. But this is the one who's facing their issues. Okay? This is the one who's facing their issues. And it looks like right here in this particular timeline, she's putting the work in. Okay, so something definitely has happened to her to where she really had to face herself. How do you say own your shit? This is her facing herself, facing her issues, facing her demons, facing her worst fears. This is upside down concerning Charlotte. This is the crown chakra card represents I know. When it's upward, it's I know. Charlotte is giving off I don't know. Remember when I had used that angel deck and I answered the question, do Charlotte knows anything about Nicola disappearance? I got no. And this right here is saying no also. She's saying I don't know about something. Okay? She's saying I don't know. But what she do know, allegedly, is that she got a thing for Paul, and allegedly they messing behind the scenes. Allegedly. All right, family. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. I really just want to make it simple to the point concerning Charlotte. Pretty much what I wanted to know about her, I got my answer. Allegedly, Quentin Spirit, she does not know anything about what happened with Nicola. She's not a part of that. The only thing I feel like she's guilty when it comes to her feelings for Paul. Secretly, could be messing with him behind the scenes. That's betrayal in itself. Because also in my reading I did on Nicola, Question Neighbor came out, and also Fake Friend. No, was it Fake Friend or Question Friend? You got to go back and check it out, family. But I think Fake Friend did come out. Question Fake Friend. So that could be about um, Charlotte. And also, I believe about Emma also, because I wasn't getting a good vibe with Emma either. And I did do a reading on Emma. I did one on the sister. All of them shady. They all have their own hidden agendas. But anyway, so yeah, this is my reading on her neighbor. Okay, and it is allegedly. It's allegedly. But many of you have the right to, have your own feelings, your own opinions. I do respect that, okay? I wasn't really trying to throw her up under the bus. Actually, I was quite curious about her, and I had like more than one, that had requested me to do a reading on her, so I decided to do the reading on her. And I do find her quite interesting. My advice for Charlotte is, get your focus back on you, focus on yourself, and definitely focus on self love. And Paul is not the answer for you, sweetheart. Just be patient, and the love you help yourself, you want to attract it to you eventually. But she got to be patient and stop looking at the next door neighbor. So anyway, that's my advice for her. But other than that, thank you all for watching, family. Now, let me say this real quick. I'm getting ready to end this reading. Let me say this real quick. Um, when I had did the reading on Nicola, the message came out there would be no positive movement forward. That speaks volume, family. Anytime that comes out is something sinister about the case that I'm doing. The spirit is letting me know that no matter what happens, whether they find them or not, excuse me, there would be no positive movement forward, and it can be due to lack of evidence. It can be due to nobody, unfortunately, they did find a body. Let me just say that. They found a body, and they said that it has been what you call that person that does the her teeth records, okay? According to the teeth record, the dental records, let me just say that. They're saying that it's Nicola. Okay, they identify saying that according to the teeth record, the dental records, it's Nicola. Okay, uh, okay, that's all we know. Okay, so many of you feel like she's not really deceased. Many of you feel like you know it is her. You have a right to feel how you want to feel, family. Also, what came out of that reading was question. I don't know if it said question. No, I think it said their background, health practitioner, pretty much someone that has a background in the health field. That did come out in the reading. I don't know which one it was, but it came out in the reading. Let me just say that. Now, when I saw that, I knew, I didn't tell many of you, but I knew it was going to be some shadiness going on in Nicholas' case. And what I mean by that, for that to come out, whoever that's doing the autopsy, okay? I was definitely suggest that the family would get their own private, have their own private autopsy done on her. That's would be my advice to the family. A private investigator, as well as get someone else to come in, do an autopsy on her, because I feel like what they're going to be telling us is pretty much going to make it look like, oh, she took herself out. This was an accident slash drowning. She took herself out, because, and I'm only saying that because, you know, their background health practitioner came out. And that's pretty much somebody working in the health field. And it didn't make sense to me, but now I see why it came out, because not only that, the spirit let me know, corruption is playing a part in this case. Corruption, alliance, cover up, people who have deep pockets, follow the money trail, all this came out in the reading. So, the fact that corruption is coming out, period, people can pay people and to tell you what they want you to hear. And these people that work in the medical field, yes, they can be paid off too, especially if they're a part of this so-called secret group. And if you know what I'm talking about, this so-called Masonic group, yeah, that's right, they can be paid off too. They can be very shady as hell as well. But anyway, many of you have the right to believe what you want to believe. Um, this is not my fight in this situation. I'm just here as a messenger and trying to be of service to shed light on the darkness. And I'm letting you know right now, this case is messy as hell. Okay, it's a lot of shadiness going on. It's a lot of cover up going on, and definitely corruption. And there's no way to slice it. That's why the authorities started off sloppy, And you see what happened to poor Peter, caught in the middle, and he had to take the L, as far as looking bad, as far as not finding her body, and then a so-called body show up. So this case is very sloppy, family. And I know we all want justice for Nicola, but she just might not get it, family. Okay, but also we know God, all things are possible. So stay hopeful, But the fact, I know when it comes to my readings, I see things for what it is. But many of you have the right to have your own thoughts and opinions and to keep the faith, and I don't blame you. But the way this looks, we may not get the answers that we so desperately want, family. It seems to me the only answer you're going to get is when you come to people like myself that have the gift of the spirit, and because when it comes to you putting your faith in the law, if the law, shall I say, the authorities, in this particular case, no, uh-uh. You're not going to get those answers if you're trying to just wait and see what they're going to tell you. And what they're going to tell you is not what you want to hear. Please know that. It's not going to be what you want to hear. So I'm through with this case. Peace and love to you all. Thank you for watching. And yeah, that just, there is power in prayer. They just pray that they're going to get full justice, okay, in the ways that matter. But the ultimate full justice is for everybody that's involved. And family, it ain't just no one person, okay? We looking at three or more. I hate to say it. Peace. Remember, deep pockets. Follow the money trail.